Hello, everybody, and welcome to the extra bonus episode this week of the Headspace Podcast. We're going to be talking about L.Teez, the half-full EP. My name is HSR.
My name is Chris Chrome.
And before we jump into it, we're going to do the housekeeping. So if you want to skip that, check the description of the video when we jump ahead and actually start talking about the project. In the meantime, we're going to go through it track by track. We're going to give our thoughts, our opinions, let you know what we think, etc., etc. And we're just some regular dudes, some regular thoughts. And we want to get a little conversation going about the project, what you thought of it, what your favorite songs are, all that good shit, you know. It's all about looking at the art of the album and just seeing what's coming out in the new music. At least this shows the new music. So yeah, bear with us. If you want to correct anything, we get anything wrong, feel free to, throw that down there in the comments too. Before we jump into it, special thanks to our patrons, Lindell Williams, Super Old School 1994, Chris Prado, and Ismail Gadamsi. We'll talk a bit about that at the end of the episode. And this is our third one that we're recording tonight. So without further ado, Chris, why don't you reintroduce the album that we're going to be talking about, but he doesn't know it. So, do you know it? Do you know the album that we're reviewing tonight?
L.Teez, the
glass half full EP. I knew he was going to. Glass half full EP. That's what it's called.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, it's the half full EP.
Did I fuck it up?
My job is to know the titles. Why are you correcting me?
Now he's gonna be like, "You're a fucking moron." Yeah, that happens sometimes.
You can toot your own fucking.
Maybe
moron,
I just thought it was like the glass half full because anyway.
No, but I think it's because anyway. I found it nice to that he called the half full EP because now I'm expecting a full EP of 12 tracks. Because this is only 6 tracks.
Oh, I get it.
So now
like
I'm expecting an EP, a full album of 12 tracks.
So the full EP?
Right?
I get it.
Gives up to a nice little sequel. It has this like old school vibe to it. Has a little turntable, an old like record player with the old records, and it's got like I guess I see the glass there.
That is most definitely the cover, and it's a glass that's half full.
But I like how it's drawn. It's drawn so sketch-like.
I love the bricks in the background. This is an album cover that I feel resonates. Now, before we get into that, you might be saying, who the fuck is L.Teez? Well, I mean, if you don't know, well, I don't know what to say to you. This guy's fired. Oh, no. He's a Montreal rapper. I know him from back in the day when I started getting involved more with music. I used to rap a lot and do the public show thing for a bit, before I got old and decided the internet was going to be my claim to fame.
Now it's my turn.
Yeah. We're old. So the internet's the claim to fame. Not to say I don't make music. You can check for my album on the link below and Spotify. You'll see it down there. But still, it's more like a different vibe where I'm at in life. But still, I remember like back when I started, he was literally on the same stages that we were performing at. So it was really, really like fucking cool a little while back to see how he's in fucking Europe touring. And I'm like, oh shit. And he's in Japan doing shit. Like one of his videos on this project's in Tokyo. And like we're from Montreal. I mean, there are Montreal people, I'm certain, who have done things, but it's not like you go, oh, that rapper is Montreal. It's not like we've splashed onto the international scene, and it's not like we have a Drake or somebody that's holding down our city and like having an OVO sound or something. We don't have that here. I mean, there's a lot of rappers. There's probably 5 figures in terms of the number of fucking talent in this city out there, and it's just so disorganized. And my theory is primarily that there's 2 ends of it. One, the city doesn't give a fuck about investing in the local scene because it's so interested in festivals and bring production and bringing in big acts for the sake of tourism. And it chose that avenue instead of investing in this local scene, that it makes it challenging for the promoter side of it. And then the venues do shit like charge in time blocks like 7 to 11 and then 11 to like fucking 3 in the morning. So it makes it fucking impossible to book a show as a promoter unless you're running at a loss. And then it's like some complicated shit. Anyway, Montreal's not the best place for a united scene per se, you can say. So it's like you don't really see us make it so often. You don't really see people going to Europe that often. And when you see people that are repping Montreal from Montreal, that's some next level shit to me. And I wanted to cover this just like that. And then he reached out and I went to go see his album release party. And it was really cool. It was a good night. I think it was hosted by Makeway Studios, who's they're doing proper shit for the city too. Like I want to give all love to what they do in terms of building up brands and stuff. Like actually working with real names and like putting in work to build up the scene. I'm not saying that there aren't efforts. I'm saying that it's very disconnected and scattered in terms of actually having that unified front right now. So to see this, it was really cool. And so we went down and I saw the show, and it was like, it blew my fucking mind. Like, it was everybody that was sick. First of all, everyone was there. There was like Rose and Henny, who was with the Make Way folk. But Anu Buds, I think that's who he's going by now. He was performing. It's fucking ridiculous performance too. These are all people you should check out in Montreal and whatnot. And like, there's a whole bunch of stuff there, so it was really good to like watch that performance and, you know, see L.Teez come on and just like own that stage and perform every track on this EP, thankfully. So I got some footage to use as my song cuts. Yeah, buddy. And it was just cool. It was like a great experience, and I just want to say, going into we'll save it for like the first track actually, but yeah. So I plan on being as objective as I am, because I mean, L.Teez, all love and all, but that's what we do here. We're mad objective. But yeah, this was a very easy album to review, all things considered. So thank you for making my life easier to sound cool and not sound like a dick. Because when you don't like something, you sound like a dick. When you do like something, it's fucking easy to make it sound good. Anyway, I think we should jump into this shit. What do you think?
Let's go.
No Name. That's the first song.
Not the rapper.
They don't know my name, so me and you know.
I just want to let you know, buddy, I do know your name because I met you before this happened. So I wanted to throw that out there. I mean, back at it because the chorus is, they don't know my name. It's me, you know we ain't the same. First of all, how much of a dope-ass vibe is this track?
It's a dope vibe, and I'm glad that you brought up that lyric because that hit me right away. That is, I like how he's disconnecting himself from other people, not based on being an outcast or different, but just because of the fact that people don't know him. Just the fact that they don't know his name. Maybe he's not telling them. Maybe he has that choice. Maybe he's got that power. But it's just cool to see a different perspective of how to be kind of like divided.
That's fair. Now, I gotta say something about this song that really makes me smile, like in a way that we never get to do on this. This shit sounds like Montreal. I didn't know what Montreal really sounded like until I heard this project, and I was like, this sounds like this is believable shit. Like, as a guy who's lived here for 30 years and shit, yeah, buddy. Like, check how this starts off. Look, the lyrics aren't on Genius, so I can't really go through everything. I took some time to write down the beginnings of how a lot of songs started till I got lazy. So we'll run with what I took here just to give you a sample of what I mean. I just want to roll one. Man on the Moon. Montreal's like metrics of adults who smoke marijuana is something like 50% of us consume at least occasionally. So yeah, that's our city. It's a good start, Man on the Moon. But I don't see no one ready for the outcome of any situation. And that's interesting because he kind of has him and how he's vibing. It instantly like flows into this more, I'm serious, I'm rolling through, but I look around and see a bunch of immature folk unable to handle shit. Which is a great transition because his album kind of flows between multiple concepts layered into it line to line like that, but all while moving forward a consistent theme of it. I can't convey it necessarily line by line, but he really does that well in a very hip-hop kind of way. Like, you can tell that L.Teez here has made particular effort to like have love for the culture and bring it into this, but then blending it with stuff like this jazzier side of Montreal, which is a part of our sound. Like, the International Jazz Fest is fucking huge. Like, this whole, when you go out, one of the more thriving sides of our music scene is that ambient kind of sound, is the bands playing like that, is the more romantic side of music.
Well, like,
you know?
that's the one thing that like really kind of reminded me about what, from what I understand, Montreal is from my city, is like, it's, for me, it's a little bit weird to see a lot of rappers start popping up in Montreal because I've always seen it to be more of like instruments, rock, jazzy, other things. Lately now, there has been a lot like...
I mean, rap's been around forever.
I know that rap's been around forever.
Like, no, but for real, like, literally there were like cities that banned hip-hop performances. It was more like raps got throttled for a long while in Montreal in like a systematic kind of way. That's my word of the weekend. But no, for real, like... certain suburbs in Montreal had actual bans on hip-hop acts performing, in some cases of like 5-6 years and shit going on at different periods of my adult life. So like, depending on where you were, the conditions for our success as hip hop wasn't necessarily in place is a huge, but there was a scene for a minute. A certain person died and the scene kind of fell apart as you were coming into being an adult, you know? At that point, it's mostly bands and shit. Just a little brief how I seen Montreal shit. But I just want to tie into one of the most Montreal things that I've ever heard in a rap song. But, like, you may actually have to have, like, lived here to know what the fuck that means. But catch me on the mountain with my boy straight blazing. I like the tam-tams. You know, like to us, that means some shit. Like, how often do you get to hear the landmark reference in a rap song and it's like, it actually could be you on a Sunday chilling there at that mountain. So we have a Mount Montreal, our mountain that's like an active volcano, and it sits there. And every Sunday in the summer, it's like the place you go on the mountain to smoke a bunch of pot because there's so many people.
Well, okay, so
there's more to it. There's LARPers.
I think that's the difference between, I would say, like our age difference in a sense. Because for me, it's just the spot to go to.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter like on the weekend or
No,
whatnot.
but
It
like,
would be like a Monday to Monday
like,
thing.
on a Sunday is like the day.
Yeah, of course.
It's more of like whatever. You go to the mountain, and no, but I'm saying day in, day out you would go, but like people make an extra effort to go on a Sunday because it's got the tam-tam drums going on. It's like a whole thing.
People make
And,
an
like,
extra effort on 420, dude.
Man, literally on 420, on
The whole mountain
it's
is
like a puff.
It's one whole cloud.
Like it's insanity. And the way it works, right, is if one person's committing a crime, you need to arrest everybody committing the same crime. So the police tend to be very lenient with people smoking on the mountain because
know
of
what,
how
like-
many people. Not it's legal, so I don't.
But I
really
just
know,
wanna-
but prior to legalization.
I just want to like comment though for people like just so that we don't give off this image of like kind of being delinquent about it. There is some of the people
Nah,
in
like,
Montreal who act stupid when it comes to
No,
smoking and
let's
shit
be,
like
let's
that.
be real. Montreal's mad liberal about weed. You can more or less, even when it was illegal, walk out the street smoking a joint.
Right, but I'm saying like when it comes to like 420 or tam tam,
People are mad delinquent about it.
Nah, but I'm not saying
People
they're not.
are
But I'm saying like you can see that there is a majority of people who actually are just respecting the fact like you're at the mountain, you're just doing your thing, like you're just.
I don't know what your point is. People are fucking ludicrous on 420 at 420.
I'm just saying,
pretty
like, you could
ludicrous.
also see the trust in some of the people at the mountain. That's all I'm
I
saying.
mean, the mountain's a great place. It's a lovely thing.
Just love the spot. Okay?
It's really fun to go to. I don't know what the hell he's talking about there. People do fucking hard drugs there too. So like, it's not the most wholesome place. There's the whole rave spot. Like, there's literally the whole.
Okay, but like you say this, and then I see parents bringing their kids right by the
Because
rave
then there's
spot.
the whole family-friendly spot.
and it's right next to the kids.
Literally, you got kids on like fucking speeds and shit, right next to families, and then you climb up. There's marijuana everywhere.
But you know what? We make it sound like it's so fucked, but it's not.
It's a really fun group. Like,
Like-
if you're ever in Montreal, it's not like you're gonna go there and it's gonna be whatever. If you go on 420, it will be. Don't go there with your kids on 420. But like any other day of the year, you can go there and it's pretty cool. The weed smokers are pretty respectful. Like, you don't go to where the kids are. And the mountain's big enough that you can easily disperse. And people play volleyball and there's bike
and
paths
if
and
you
all
go up
sorts
the
of
if
shit.
you go up the hill, up the mountain, there's like
a
different
beautiful
viewpoints
lookout.
and stuff.
Okay, we talk about the mountain a lot. We're talking about Montreal, but anyway, back to Lee. L.Teez. I don't know if I'm supposed to say his name. Oh well. Catch me on a mountain with my boys, straight blazing. I'm nothing short of amazing. Tell me what the clock says on the wall, like what time is it, like, and a bunch of lines kind of flowing about his grind, his vision for success, the kind of work that he's putting in. And then when speaking of others, we get our second dinosaur rhyme of the weekend. Body every one of them, leave them with the dinosaurs. And I'm just like, that's pretty good, Like, that's a sick line. Because the dinosaurs are extinct, irrelevant, pointless, and his relevancy is only starting to grow and shit. I like the overall flow and the structure. I like the fact that he's not like going verse, chorus, here's 8 bars, here's this. It's almost like his song structuring follows more of a jazz composition where he flows with it, and it just kind of goes in the direction. Yes, there's the distinct chorus.
There's soul to what he's saying.
And like the way he spits it is just like there's this, like you said, soul, like this passion, like the energy. Like, I believe him, and I feel like he's doing it for the music, and I feel like he's doing it for the city and shit. And you know what? It makes me love what he's doing, and it makes me so want to support him. And it's like you get the sense on the one hand that he's the chillest motherfucker, and you just want to burn one with him on the mountain. Simultaneously, if you cross him, he'll shank you. And that's a cool kind of vibe you get. Not like in a literal sense, but like in
But
a
it's-
kind of there, yeah.
Right off the bat, it's and this could just be again because it's our city and we live here and hello, but it's comforting. It's cool. Like I get this homey vibe from it because
Yeah.
it's like we are all nice in Montreal. We're
That's-
all nice.
Don't talk about that is not true, and that's
well,
a big,
like over.
no.
We are
don't-
nicer than a
I
lot
would
more people.
really argue that you're wrong on that point. We're not. I mean, it's not a.
I like to believe we're nice.
It's delusional. Like Montreal is a cold, fucking jaded place, in my opinion, with language politics and a lot of mean shit. So we're not that nice. We're a lot of racism and xenophobia, and a lot of bad shit happens here. Anyway, that's not the point of this. We're talking about the review here. However, yes, the overall sound feels passion and soulful. And that is what I feel about Montreal. Montreal has a lot of passion and a lot of soul and a lot of creativity and a really powerful artist scene in general. There's so many artists and soulful people here. I don't listen to this and go, L.Teez is the nicest dude ever. I listen to them and go, he's somebody I want to fuck with. He's somebody I want to ride with because he's got that passion, that realness about him, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what I respect about it.
The authenticity behind it.
Yeah, or like lines like, tell me something new, something that I never knew, like the desire for growth, the desire for wisdom. That's what I feel emanated off of this track.
There was a
Niceness, I mean, sure. I guess Montreal's nice.
There was a line that I caught. I think it goes, trying to find beauty in the eye of the beholder. I was like, that was a cool kind of concept, like kind of like contextualizing chasing something you want, or like trying to find beauty in something you already find beautiful or something like that. Anyway, it was really cool. That stood out. I enjoy the song. I think there's a lot of energy here, and there's a lot of I say happiness in terms of sound, in terms of positivity, in terms of joyfulness. I'm not saying like the song's happy.
See, I feel like it's more like I feel passion and soul and strength and warmth. It maybe warmth.
Okay,
But I'll
go with that.
I feel like there's a struggle mixed in with this. Like the happiness comes from his grind and his like
Right,
pushing.
that
and-
determination.
but like this isn't like bop your head happy. It's not like a fucking Katy Perry song or something, you know? Like
For sure.
I'm
It's
not
still
trying
really great. I gave it a 4.3. I really like the feel to it, the sound to it, the like what it's saying in a sense.
No, that's cool, man. And I don't know. I gave it a 4.5 because I feel like there is that passion and soul, and I think it reflects like the heart of what a lot of people are. I think Montreal is a passionate, creative place. I know a lot of people feel a lot of things, and I feel like I don't know, man. If I think about a sound or an energy that might define that passion and creativity, this is what at least I see a lot in the artist scene. And anyway, I don't know. I dug it. I feel like it was cool. It didn't feel like anywhere else to me, and that was nice. That was nice. Not anyway. Let's move on to the next track, Hoodie music.
Be in my zone while the time is passing. Lost a bit of trance, written from the purest.
I mean, I got my hoodie on my music blasting. I be in my zone while the time has passed in. Lost in something, I don't know. Rooted for the purest passion. I got the fuel to the fire until it burns to ashes. I walk these lonely roads, but lately I've been on my own, hoping that these melodies could take me far away from here. I mean, I don't know. That sounds like so many days in my fucking life. I mean, I wear a hoodie way more than any 31-year-old probably should wear a hoodie. I put that hood up. I have the headphones on. I'm in the buses in the streets of Montreal, cruising around, zoning out, kind of wishing I could disconnect from this place that I feel is not as nice as Chris. And, well, you said it was a nice place. I'm saying I don't feel it's as nice a place. And because of that, I have my hoodie on and I'm in my zone and I'm like lost out.
It's funny because I do the same, even though I do think we do kind of live in somewhat of a nice place.
And then, like, it's just this beautiful, like, deeper song of tapping into, like, stuff like feeling like my mind is closed, trapped up in the terror dome, terrified to be alone, terrorized from a broken home. It's just got, like, this passion again, like he's using this music. It's his vessel. It's his coping mechanism. Like it's just, this is that vibe that you escape to, you know, like when you have this whole situation going on. That's what this is. This is another song for you to put that hoodie up to and vibe to him, relate with him, because he's right there almost with you.
I get this sense of like chasing that feeling, like in terms of helping cope, like in a way the music's saving him. When he put he shuts himself out with the hoodie and the earphones, and then it saves him from whatever drama is happening.
Trying to like create that experience in this song for you to connect to, expressing it. That's kind of what he uses music for, in a sense.
I like the concept of hoodie music, like specifically saying hoodie music, like you have to have a hood on your head or whatnot. Like I feel like there's a lot of different type of characters in type of like images that come to my head when I say hoodie music. You think of like villains, you think of like outcasts, you think of like loners and stuff. And I like how L.Teez kind of embodied these things for me at least, in a way that also relates to like disconnecting and reconnecting with music, disconnecting from the real world and connecting with music. It was really cool. The beat. If I didn't know this was a next track, it had this smooth transition from the last one. Like it didn't jump or kind of was different.
I would say that there's like a different vibe to it.
There is a different vibe, but it wasn't weird in terms of going from.
I mean, it has a lot of the beats on this project have a very similar sound and flow really well together, but I find them very distinctly different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
I'm not trying to say they sound alike. I'm saying that it's I know how like some albums you have like one song that's like this, and then the next song is like complete opposite or whatever it is.
Yeah,
like this flows nicely together is what I'm trying to say. Overall, I do like the song. I think that this is something I really enjoyed, and I like the feel to it. I gave it another 4.3.
I mean, I also got to say, hearing lines like snowstorms and everything, like the lakes are frozen over and shit, and the winter just kicked in, and we just had a literal snowstorm and everything over the week. I mean, snowstorm, because let me tell you a quick story about Montreal. We see that it's going to snow for the first time this year, and we act like it's like the world fucking ends, even though we've all done it every year, and it's never as bad as the news says. And every single year people take work off and everything, and it's never as bad, man. That's just how it is. But still, it's cool to hear about it, you know. I like that line. There's like subtle questioning into the hearts and minds of other people too in this song. It's not just like this. It's like he kind of relies on this music, but also has that sense of purity within himself still that is maintained. Like it's about his passion and his purity. And when he looks at you, it's almost like he's wondering if your authenticity is real as well. And I feel like that laces through into the message as well. So it kind of upholds that virtuous approach to it that makes me kind of like him even more. Anyway, I get this one a 4.5. I thought it was just as good as the fucking first one, and it was a really great follow-up.
Nice.
Anyway, the next one has our first feature from Story, and we will talk about Stone Drops. So, like, this one has this, like, thumpy beat that I really like. I don't know how else to describe like that. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know. It's just really...
The drums are very displayed in this song nicely.
It's just really, like, the whole overall production on the track is brilliant. I think this might be my favorite beat so far because it's a little less jazzy than the other ones and a little more, like, of a...
hip-hoppy.
Yeah, I kind of dug it more. That's just my preference. The jazziness is beautiful, and I'm learning to love the genre for what it is, but it's just not my go-to in life. But it is a sound I associate with Montreal, so it's cool. I like the fact that he has a Cirque du Soleil line on here. I saw Cirque du Soleil. I decided that it is now a dream of my life to one day convince my girlfriend to have a threesome with one of these women that can twist in all the directions. I'm just throwing it out there. So that's what I think of when I think of Cirque du Soleil. The Cirque du Soleil has like the craziest circus show. It's beautiful. It makes me think of Montreal. But yeah, like I feel like there's like this burden of like remaining your purity in your art form and pursuing this and chasing your dream and everything, and just almost like you feel like the pressure that he's dealing with as he like pursues this and remains on his path but maybe it's not as simple or quick or easy as he wants it to be. As always, I did grab a few of these lyrics.
I kind of got the sense of like, again, yeah, that struggle, that like that wanting to achieve so bad, but like the obstacles are just kind of there.
It's like we're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. So it kind of starts out with like a different day, a different problem, but that it never something bother emotions up in a bottle. The truth is hard to swallow, drinking away our sorrows. And I kind of like that observational note, like, you know, people who can't necessarily cope with their emotional problems or the things that they're dealing with in their life. So they intoxicate or they get drunk or they find different ways to escape rather than actually deal with shit, you know, and it kind of, it's an interesting thing to think about, I find, and like it's a reality, and it's not fake shit. It's not maybe the most reinventing the wheel profoundness, but it's legitimate to me. The past is in the past, but the focus of tomorrow, forgetting negativity, like, homie, is you feeling me? The music is a part of me, and no, I don't pretend to be, etc. And like, you get this sense of, again, that mix of his passion and pureness, his desire for the greatness. He just wants to connect with people on a real fucking level, but maybe not in the negative sense. He's on a quest for positivity and love, like it seems to be like a lot of people are, because when you are surrounded by this negativity, it's all you can do to like kind of stay sane and shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm a bleak motherfucker because all I do is look at negative shit. I don't have enough. I'm trying to learn how to be more positive and have fun again in my life, you know? And the people want the truth, so I keep it real when I step up in the booth. And he says something like that, and I'm like, you know what? I'll believe him. You know, like sometimes you hear rappers and you believe them, and then sometimes you just don't. But like, from what we've heard on this project so far, it feels like this is a core tenet of who he is that he knows that what's going to push him over is that real shit. So he's sticking to it regardless of the consequence or how long it takes or anything like that. I don't know. It's just got like this pretty powerful feel to it.
Like
again,
that hopeful feel to it.
I like how he kind of points out how complaining aimlessly gets you nowhere, and how action in your own life is key, and all sorts of other goodness.
I like the wisdom that he kind of drops there as well. Like I like the different sides that he's portraying in terms of like the first time ever hearing this guy. He's not just making music. It seems like he's not just making music for like the money in a sense. It's like he's making music for the actual joy of music, and he's got messages that he wants to connect with other people, and I get that feeling, like, you know, that like head high feeling, like he kind of carries himself properly, and like,
yeah, he's got integrity about it.
Exactly. And that's what really shines out so far, like from the songs we've heard and stuff. That's what shines out so much right now.
That's fair. I'll be honest, I get a 4.25. As much as I like parts of the beat better, the thumpiness, I feel like the other parts of the beat maybe it's a little less good. I do like the overall flow and sound I like the other two better. I feel like those were like smashes, like next level. Though this one felt a little less of a smash to me. It's still a great song that I can connect to and really enjoy. But I don't know. That's it. I don't want to like talk myself into fucking circles. It's a 4.25. I still think it's way above average. It's a great song that stands next to any other fucking professional sounding whoever put out an album song.
I gave it a 4.5. There's a certain type of kind of connection that I got with this song, and I think that says something. I think that as an aspiring artist, as somebody who is interested in the culture and in the game, it's like when you can really connect on a level with a track, that's part of the song. That is part of the flows and the sound and everything that comes with it. So I gave it a 4.5.
All right, let's move on to Dat Jazz, which the single art has a classic Montreal phone booth. I mean, I feel like this one kind of follows through. Like, thematically, we get the really good sense that this is what he's about, the passion, the art, the pursuit of it. This one, again, has a slow, little jazzy intro, and then all of a sudden, tell them all to step aside. The revolution's televised. I ain't here to compromise with rappers rapping all these lies. I love it. He's just coming in, and again, commenting on how much of the culture might be fake and people just spit whatever the fuck they're gonna spit to get their views. But he knows that authenticity is key. And in my opinion, is authenticity is about to become the next trend. It's about to become the next currency because everyone can fake a bunch of shit and sound the same, but it's hard to be authentic. So something like what he's doing here, it stands out and has like this essence over another rapper talking about how, I don't mean to sound like disrespectful, but there's a lot of rappers who talk a lot about doing a lot of things in Montreal, but the homicide rate doesn't match what they talk about doing. Things like that, okay? Like, and I'm not saying names. And I don't want to add or comment on the culture. I fucking live here and all. But, like, I just want to say that sometimes it's not the most believable shit you're hearing when the guy's king of a suburb and you know that you live in that suburb and you've never seen this guy talked about by anybody. You know, like, it's stuff like that. It's not authentic. Whereas you hear L.Teez being like, they don't know my name. You know, I'm okay with that. I'm just going to go do my thing.
But I think it's...
I don't know. It's just different to me. I like the authenticity that L.Teez is bringing in here.
But that's what separates... I guess for me, that's what separates a lot of, like, good rappers compared to not good rappers in a sense.
And
like,
I'm not...
It's being true to yourself.
And I'm not going to imply that there aren't people on the, let's say, the more traditional hip-hop side of thematics that aren't living that life and doing that thing in the city. Mm-hmm. I'm saying not everybody rapping about that shit is doing that shit in the city. That's all I'm saying. Not everyone. Not even saying their name. I don't know. It's not my business. I don't care. But I feel like L.Teez is spitting real shit, you know? Like, because he follows that up with, we all got questions to answers we can't find. And no, I ain't stressing. I just tell him I'm doing fine. I'm just trying to find myself. My soul is lost up in this music. I can do this by myself, but most true, something true or you, people are useless. Dreams of the greatness that Michael Jordan achieved. Dreams of the world that Martin Luther believed. So here you have a young guy spitting passion and truth and trying to find greatness in the world and trying to, like, breach the graps. And I know this song comments on stuff like there's a lot of shit that bothers him, racial inequality. It's like, to be a leader, tell them all to follow me. And, you know, like, you got the sense that he wants to be that role model. He wants to be that good guy. Like, for a while I was saying everybody wants to be a fucking villain, but nobody wants to be a hero. Well, L.Teez wants to be a hero, and that's fucking cool. That's appealing, you know? Like, it's not...
like a
common
doom-esque.
And, you know, it just kind of flows in. And I know he, like, drops, like, classic names like Ella Fitzgerald in this one. And it's really true to form of the stuff he loves. The music is quite beautiful. The passion is quite real. And I really like this one again with a 4.5.
I as well also gave it a 4.5. I'm enjoying everything that is being presented. And... I'm not going to lie. It is a little bit hard for me to kind of follow a lot of the lyrics from what I'm picking up because I'm not really reading along. But it does not take away from the point of he's very clear, though. Like, while he's rapping, the way he's pronouncing.
There's such a fucking swagger to it, too. Like,
yeah.
Like he's got a style. It's not just like he's rapping. It's like he's got personality.
He paved his own lane. And again, from somebody who lives in Montreal, it's like cool to hear a rapper go like, yeah, I'm from Montreal, and have that Montreal type of accent to it and kind of flip it with a little bit of French on it. It's like, that's dope. That's like, I had a question one day, and I was like, I wonder how people from Detroit feel, and Eminem is like representing Detroit, right? Or just the fact of your favorite rapper from your city is popping. And now I got answered. It's like, shit, now they can call out Montreal, and it's like, yo, that's my city. Like, yay, it's there. And it gives that sense of, again, that comfort feeling, that homey feeling.
For the record, we are woefully uneducated in Montreal's local scene, so you let us know what other rappers we should review here, and as long as we're allowed to be honest, we'll totally do it.
Definitely. I enjoyed it. I'm not hating on anything that I've gotten so far. 4.5.
It's because L.Teez makes it fucking easy to not hate. And then he's joined by Léonie Gray, who's another one I've met before. Who's another fucking amazing talent in the city. Let's talk about her interlude. So we got the more romancy lovey song. on this project. What I like is that, again, it doesn't sound like fake romance. It sounds more like an authentic craving for connection. I didn't actually quote any of the lyrics, but it's got this more bleak, realistic, melancholy feel of love, like this mix of beauty and pain, which is more what a relationship is. There's no such thing as pure happiness.
From what I understand, she leaves him. From what I understand in the song, it's more like a breakup track where he's kind of coping. He's kind of like explaining how he feels about this woman, and from what I get, I think she left him, and he's like dealing with the fact that she's like walking away.
But like at the same time, it's realistic, but it's more what he wants out of it that I thought was interesting, right? Because the sound has this anyway. Maybe it is a breakup song. I missed that. Whatever.
No, but it doesn't. It doesn't change what you're saying.
It's just that I love the fact that for him, it's about the connection. It doesn't feel like it's not like, oh, this girl's so fine, I gotta stick my dick in her. Like you're not getting that. You're not getting You're getting the connection I felt with you is so real. You were like an extension of my soul. You're getting like that deep romance shit that's very befitting of the overall genre of tone. Like he has to be a romantic if he's fucking rapping like this, you know? Like it almost has to come there like that. And he delivers. And I think it's truly cool. Like it's not my absolute favorite song on the album due to generally the more lovey songs aren't, and that's just me. But I love the "Do you believe in me because I believe in you?" That is something very key to me part. I thought that was really nice because it's a matter of having faith in each other. And I feel like even in my relationship, it's like, yo, if she don't believe in me, how the fuck can I function? She has to have faith, and I have to have faith in her. And that's what makes shit grow. And I feel like he's coming at this from a place of wisdom and knowledge, and it reflects in that. Again, more realism and interesting stuff. It's a pretty gloomy beats. It's okay. It's a 4.25. I really admire this song. I feel like Bonnie would like it more than me, and I feel like it's as worthy of being up there with any. Like, this whole album should be in a chart, in my opinion. Like, it should be heard by people. It's so fucking good.
I actually really enjoy the track. How it's different. It doesn't sound like you're I'm sleeping with hoes, fuck your bitch, da 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 da.
For the record, folks, Chris will think you're an asshole if you write songs about how you're gonna sleep with his girlfriend.
I like the soul searching connection part. I like the way that he wants to like not, and again, it's not just sleep with this person. It's find that inner connection, that bond, that want. And again, I find it very relatable because that's what I kind of look for. And the people I interact in my city and the people that I see, whatever, I feel like there's a lot of us, or at least the ones that I know, who are looking for that type of same thing. So knowing that L.Teez is from Montreal, knowing that I live here as well and everything, it's like, that's kind of what.
Are you saying it's comforting?
Yeah, like I don't want to keep
Are you
saying
like
it.
you relate to him?
Yeah.
I think you guys are around the same age. I'm not mistaken.
Could be.
You guys could be like new buddies. Maybe L.Teez should holler at Chris Chrome. Maybe y'all should do a track or some shit. I don't know. But yeah.
But in all honesty, like I really.
Maybe you should have come to his damn album release.
Maybe I should have, but you know.
No, Chris had good reasons. Sometimes life comes in the way.
There is it's just cool. It's just cool to feel, for me, like to have someone else in my city to kind of feel the same way I feel, and not the typical usual trappy shit I see on my Facebook. Like, that's just my honest opinion.
Not talk shit about the trappy shit you see on your Facebook.
I'm not talking shit.
There's also good trap shit you see on your Facebook.
I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying. Is there
good trap out there?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, there's good.
So what he's saying is there's good and bad.
I support my local artists no matter who you are. I'm just giving my own opinion on. There's not a lot of music in my city I can relate to. This is something that I'm like, yo, bro, you know can we actually be friends?
He's kind of like thematically approaching a lot of it. I feel like the rock people would do, where it's a lot like I can connect to it more, but he's making hip hop with it from a theme point of view.
Absolutely. 4.5.
Not to say that it's not hip hop theme, but I'm saying like it's different than what a lot of the stuff I might see on my Facebook might show thematically. Anyway, it's all fucking love, L.Teez.
I fell in love with the art.
I really like this song too. It's a good way to kind of close it, right? Because You get the sense that it's not just like love in a romantic sense, you know. It's not just cheesy love. It's love in almost like a passion kind of way. I feel like those two words are closely linked to him.
Question.
Yeah.
Is it crazy to think that Canadians are compared, like, we're more accepting, we're more loving?
No, this is some bullshit that Canadian propaganda spits, man. Don't get me
I'm
started. I don't want to get
trying
negative on this review, man. That is not true. We're racist fuckers too, man. Like, just no. It's all bullshit. Go do your history of Canada research and stop trying to sell us like we're the nicest. No, you're. Go on, Chris. Come up with a. What about the song?
I like the song. I like the song and the fact that he's trying to spread the love through society and everybody's got to be happy and we kind of like just kind of have to get along and unite and shit. That's kind of what I'm getting from it.
I'm kind of getting that he's
positive
dedicated
vibe.
to the chase. He's dedicated to the passion and the purity. His love is a manifestation of his conscious choice to grow and be a thing. It's almost like when he says love, it's a state of mind you have to adopt. It's something you have to work for. It's something that he has. It's something that he's, you know, enraptured with
That
his stuff.
ambition to want to succeed.
Do you think that that's Canada? No, I'm sorry. This is L.Teez and other passionate people have these traits, but it's not everyone. I'm sorry, it's just not. Like, at least I come from some of the poorer environments where I've seen a lot of. It's not. I'm sorry, but L.Teez has that shit, and like I love the idea of how like he has Bowie and Prince passing away and like rest in peace, but the legacy of their music makes them immortal, and that's like the standard he's fucking going for. This movement, this passion behind him. So when he says the love, I do think that it's about finding the love for the world and to see the beautiful things out there. But I also don't think it's just some shallow point of view, like, oh, Canadians are nice and apologize a lot. I will say we apologize a lot. That I'll give you, but like. I don't think that that makes us nicer. I think we apologize with fucking spite all the time. But I do think that we, as especially in Montreal, could learn to find inside of ourselves an ability to find more compassion for each other and actually embrace a more conscious approach. And that's just my views on that. But I appreciate what he's doing with his worldview here. It's the kind of message where it doesn't just sound like, say, the Black Eyed Peas saying, yeah, we can all love each other now, which was what we just talked about a couple of days ago. And I don't mean to shit on what they're doing, but I think that what L.Teez is spitting is a more realistic pursuit of like a journey that I can connect to. Something like where you want to get somewhere in life and you have that things. And I think that this song kind of really conveys that. I ended up giving it a 4.25. It's on the softer side of things. I like the first couple, like vibe-wise a little bit more, but it's a quality track with a great message.
I ended up giving it a 4. Just overall, it's mostly the vibe and the feel to it. Good song, good message, good inspiration to want to lift up and go. But just for me, it's the softer side of things. I was like,
That's fair.
you know what it is.
All right, so for this little EP here, I gave it a 4.375. Of all the things we talked about this weekend, that includes Tech Nine and the Black Eyed Peas, L.Teez is my number one on this one. I genuinely love the authenticity, the realness, the passion, his desire for like purity, the fact that it's got some ill MC skills of really like a kind of a bit of a boom bappy New Yorker flow, but stylized in a very unique way that I really appreciate. It's a great sound you can get behind. It comes off like it should be kid friendly, but it's real as fuck. I like that. It's got some edge to it. It's Montreal. It's really Montreal, and I feel that about it. It's like a sound that I would like to see more represent our city. Not to say that there aren't other sounds, but this doesn't sound like other places to me when I listen to it, and that's a comforting feeling, as Chris conveyed earlier. So very cool project. I would love to hear the full EP, the full album.
Well, like I've pretty much said throughout the entire podcast, it's comforting, it's homey, it's relatable. I really enjoy this project. It landed at a 4.35 for me. I think I'm excited to see more. I'm excited for more content. I'm really interested in this dude now. Like the different sounds, his choices of beats, his choices of music that he likes, and the sounds that he puts together with that came with the album is just really great. Like the dude flows really nicely. It's not like it's not the usual type of rap that I'm used to. It
sounds pro.
Like, yeah, it sounds pro, and not even that, but it's different. Like the flow just sounds different. The way he rhymes certain things sound different. The way he conveys his messages sound different. Like it's fucking cool. Honestly, it's a great album.
Cool.
Great
So
EP.
y'all should check that out, people who don't live in Montreal watching this. So yo, show some love to the Montreal scene. Give some L.Teez some spins. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
Does that mean you on Spotify?
what?
Does that mean you as well on Spotify?
I wasn't even gonna plug myself now. I was gonna plug myself later, but you can if you want to. Check the description of the video. I dropped the project too, but it's not about me. But special thanks to our patrons: Linda Williams, Super Old School, 1994, Ismail Gadamsi, Chris Prado. They're awesome fuckers who support us. They're not fuckers. They're great people. I shouldn't call them fuckers. They're amazing.
Thank you guys so much for
They support
everything.
us. They're investing in us. Yeah, I said investing. It's what it is. They're hoping to see us grow so we can get better shit. And if you want to join the squad, you can join the request pool where you can get us to review anything you want. And you have that power. You force our hands. As more people join, it will go from 1 album a month to 2 albums a month. And soon Patreon might just take over everything. Ah! Okay, no. Anyway, other than that, you get access to content early and other good shit. If you're not down for that, you can hit that subscribe button and be my hero. Hit that like button and be my hero. Hit that dislike button and also still be my hero. But please comment and tell me what you hate. Anyway, let us know what you think. We really do care. I'll answer every single comment that shows up. And let me know what Montreal artists you think we should be covering. I can't promise to do everyone. I don't want to say anything negative to people I might have to see face to face. You know, I'm just saying, being real. But let's show me what's out there, and we'll find cool shit, and we'll try and show more of our city because we've been so negligent at that. So peace, and welcome to the 514.